Hello, hello, hello. What's everyone up to? A few minutes before going in to work, so I decided to go on live. Not really sure what I want to talk about, but we shall see. If you have not watched a video on Allure Sensuelle and Mitra-et-le-Parfum, please do so last night. I posted a video about it, and you know what? After the video of the Allure, and I tried Allure Sensuelle, and I had a little bit of a mademoiselle. Hi, Rich. How are you? Hi, Diego. How are you? Hope you are all doing well. Drop me scent of the day. Let's see what you guys are wearing. Just looking out at the end of the street and the color of the sky. I'll show you. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Area, as you see, like all. Hold on, let me show you this area. This area of town, you see, these used to be factories. So they were all factories, and now they have changed them to. Some of them are condo buildings, actually, or really, really high ceiling condo buildings, which is very interesting. And some of them are offices, so it's really, really interesting. Anyways, what has happening? Uh, scent of today is Gris Dior. Awesome. In the line of patchouli and rose. Gris Dior. Lovely, lovely fragrance. Um, Now, Gris Dior. Does that come in extrait de parfum, like the spirit de parfum? I think it does it or doesn't. I think there's Lucky, there is Beurre d'Argent. It's probably Gris comes to. Maybe I do have it. I can't even remember. That is the state of the collection. I am not 100% sure. Sandra Gris Dior. I bought my bottle yesterday. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's beautiful patchouli and rose. I like Gris Dior, especially I used to have, and I'm kind of like regretting selling the bottle. I used to have a special anniversary bottle that is checkered on the bottle, like a checkered design on the bottle, and it was so beautiful. Scent of today is Le Lion. Oh, there you go. You went for it. You went there with Le Lion. Often left. My phone is not wanting to show the stream. What? Wait, what? No. You need to see the stream. You need to see the stream. I am wearing from the House of Ducito. I'm wearing a Splenduris. It's called Splenduris. This is a beautiful fragrance, but only maximum lasts you 4 hours, and it's just like I'm like even that is in a stretch. To be honest, I sprayed it close to 2 hours ago, and it's already a skin scent. And I'm sure like by the time that like I'm done with my first meeting, it will be gone. Just such a disappointment, Like this is the one that you got to carry in your bag and top up and top up and top up. Like there's absolute zero longevity on this one. Eau de Swan is my next purchase from the Dior. It's definitely grown on me. You know what? Eau de Swan I'm not gonna lie, I have not tried. It's just because there's a name of oud in it. I should try for the sake of the name of a city in Iran in the fragrance, but I have not. I did needed to radiate today. Yes, 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 yes. You went there. Scent of that is a powerful scent, Le Lion. Um, it wasn't an easy one for me at all. Like it wasn't my kind of mm, like my choice out of all the Les Exclusives, and it took me a while to appreciate Le Lion. And but then, and funny enough, of all times, I tested it in a like a 35 plus degrees day, and I don't know what it gave to that fragrance, to like that kind of heat, like, or maybe the warmth on my skin, or like I don't know what happened, but I really enjoyed it that day, which is kind of unusual for that kind of scent profile. Hi boss, how are you? um but Le Lion, I feel like Le Lion, Coromandel are kind of like I don't know. They don't fit in the scent profile of the whole Chanel line, right? Like everything else is quite aldehydic. There's some iris in them. There's but these two are kind of ambery and like much more intense and less floral uh, profile. It's just they kind of their own fragrances, their own category. Yeah, I wish we could watch the stream. Oh no! Why can't you watch the stream? Maybe just reload it. I mean, can you hear the stream? Because if you can't hear it, that's criminal. Maybe just scroll up on your phone and then scroll back down. Maybe that would be not sure why you can't do that. I didn't do anything. Not sure what would have happened. Le Lion did take a minute. Agree. The cold makes it sparkle. Yes, like I like that about amber fragrances. When you're like that moment when you step outside, like and then the kind of the cold air hits you, and the fragrance. There's magic there. Like at the moment, like when your fragrance, it's just you smell it more all of a sudden. You get filled. I guess the kind of the air, cold air, and the wind blows you like makes you smell your own fragrance more. Like, that's really nice. And some fragrances cut through the cold really well, and Le Lion should be one of those. Also, I bought the Discovery set from Balenciaga, the small tubes. Ooh, nice. The like a Discovery set of the like sprayer samples, because they have sprayer samples and they have the whole minis, but those are splash bottles. They're not sprayers. Of this whole collection. To be honest, as I tried it, I mean, the only ones to me are kind of worth the money is the Lutis and the mascara. I will be receiving a vintage Balenciaga Lutis, so we'll see what would be in comparison. I don't know if like anyone has. Is there any similarities? If has anyone compared the vintage with the new one? I'm not sure. Rich, have you tried the new Lutis? If you are listening, or have not fallen asleep by now. um. Anyways, they are the dabbers, but coming in tube. The entire collection, really, in a tube. The entire collection. Oh, okay, interesting. Tube. I'm not sure if I've seen those. Like, how many ml is in each? Are those the 10 mls, the dabbers that you're talking about? I don't know the tube. Hi, Sarah. How are you? What's your scent of today? Let us know. What are there? I need to. Oh, what I was going to say. I tried the Allure Sensuelle and Sensuelle Parfum, and I had Coco Mademoiselle Parfum on different spots on my arms last night, and I had to really. I washed it off. I went and washed it off, and then I came back because I can't handle strong scents. They are absolutely beasts, like all of them. I can't handle strong scents at bedtime, so it has to be quite soft and whatever. Otherwise, I actually wakes me up at night if it's a strong scent. Um, so I went and I washed them off, and then I came back and I was like, oh, I could still smell them. So I had to go back and really scrub them off in order for them to go away. But that's what the parfums are for. Oh, you can see me. Oh, awesome, awesome. Scent of the day, Balam. You went there too. Very fine. It's like the 3 ml vials in cigarette box. Oh, interesting, interesting. When I adore Balam, I wear Amber Sultan to bed. Yeah, no, I can't. Like there are certain, like I will wake up. Like it's just if I smell it in the middle of the night, I will wake up, and I do not want to wake up because falling back asleep for me in the middle of the night is a disaster. I can't. Um, Surprisingly sweet. Hmm. Yeah. So the only scents that I like to wear to bed are usually like iris, and that should not be like such a like too sweet. It should be just soft and powdery and like tad sweet to go to bed. And some musks, not all the musks, but some musks I can wear to bed. But that's about it. I try to avoid anything with a strong scent. Plus, like one of my kids is, I'm suspecting that he's asthmatic. So I just kind of want to because I sleep still with my kids. Um, so I don't want to, just make them a little bit sicker than they could be. I was this close to buying 100 ml of Teint Noir 29, but I ended up getting a 10 ml, 15 ml. I'll wait until my birthday to get it. Yeah, don't buy them. Like, yeah, low levels are hard. Like, there are people, like, there are a lot of low levels in the gray market, but the problem with that is you never know if they are authentic or not. But the price difference between what you can get in the gray market, and what you can get in the stores is just like, it's almost like 50% off, like in gray market. For the regular line, I mean, it used to be, I don't know what is the prices now. It used to be that for 50 mLs you could get one for like, for 100 ml was about $180-$200 USD. Those 100 ml levels are way too pricey. Yes, they are. Yes, absolutely they are. I don't know what's the price of them retail. Um, the scent profiles are also, they are nice, and the thing with Le Labo is this: the scent profiles are not so complex or like mind blowing, but they are addictive in some ways. That's why people buy them. Like, I find that within another 13. It's nothing specific or whatever, but it's just that it's addictive. Teint Noir is nice. Teint Noir is nice and has a little bit more complex of a scent profile, like, comparing to other ones. What would be the ones that are appropriate for winter, like from Le Labo? Now I'm trying to think. So it would be probably Mini 44. Um, yeah, a lot of them are like kind of freshies, a lot of musks. Like, I can't remember. Labdanum 18. Labdanum 18 would be very nice for winter, but that's basically Shalimar. Um, Benjoin 19 would be nice. Um, what else would be from Le Labos for winter? Myrrh 55 is, it's not much of a myrrh, it's more of jasmine. Le Labo Patchouli. Yeah, I can't do Le Labo Patchouli. That's been said. The Le Labo Patchouli that I tried, the sample that I tried from the website. So, interestingly, the samples from the website are reasonably priced. You can buy like individual 2 ml samples or 1.5 ml samples from the website, and they're reasonably priced comparing to what you can get on even gray market. So, like, I got 2 ml samples of almost all of them that I had not tried before. And Patchouli 24, they had the sample on there, and I got it. I had tried Patchouli 24 a couple years ago, and this time around I tried it, and this seemed a little bit better to me. Now it may have been reformulated, because I know there was a while that it wasn't available, or I don't know what it was with Patchouli. I feel like it's less harsh and abrasive comparing to the one before. Um, they've gone up in prices. They used to be 320, now they're retail. Wow, that's way too much low level patchouli. Have you tried patchouli ardente as alternative to Teint Noir? Why am I blanking out? Is patchouli ardente is, yes, that's Guerlain, right? I'm not like, um patchouli ardente has a little bit more rose. Like, I can't recall. Maybe there's rose in Teint Noir, but I couldn't really uh remember that. Here it is often linked with his comparisons. Vetiver 46. Yes, that is the one. If I'm going to get a bottle, I am looking for a Vetiver 46, because Vetiver 46 is absolutely gorgeous. I love that one. Tonka 25. Nah, man. Not enough Tonka there for me. Like, it's always with these names with Lolabo. It's like they almost like, it's always they name it something, but really the main note of the fragrance is something else, and it wasn't my favorite Guerlain Patchouli Ardente. Hi. Oh, here. Often do you have a scent twin? Bubush is wearing a Belam as well. Awesome. There's definitely Rose in Tenua. Yes. Yes, but it's not as prominent as Patchouli Ardente, if I'm not wrong now, like, considering that it's been so long I've put any of these on. And that's what I really want to focus on really enjoying what I have. Like, to be honest, it feels like a burden to have all those fragrances sit there, wait for me to review them, like the new ones. And I feel like I don't have time to enjoy the ones that I have. Tonka is orange blossom heavy. Yeah, it's not about the Tonka at all, like in that way. I mean, from the name, I wanted something more Tonka-y. Um, but it's kind of like, it's, it's quite disappointing when you put the name of Tonka in there and then you just like have something that focuses another note. It's kind of disappointing. But I am curious about Violet 30 just because there's a name of Violet. But I have prepared myself to be disappointed because I don't know if Violet and people are. I don't think it's the reactions have been positive. It's been out. Like I've seen it in Grey Market, even though it's not released yet. But I've seen it on Grey Market for about 2 months now, and I don't think the reactions to it has been positive. Although like a lot of new perfumes, people like to get it and poo poo it right away. The new perfumes, and then the high hype will come. But we'll see. Yeah, and Gaiac 10. I think Gaiac 10 would be another one that people would put for winter, and I wish it worked out on me, but on me smells like a barbecue sauce, and I don't appreciate barbecue sauce on me. Uh, what else? I like Lavender 31. That's a nice one. That's a really nice soft one. But my favorite freshies from the line is still Cedra 37. So a lot of my favorite ones are in city exclusive ones. Oh yes, I wore on Rose. Like I saw that and I was just got busy with things, but it seems like it's everything is in good order. I wore that Un Rose yesterday, was like standing in shed in the middle of a rose field during a thunderstorm. Oh, awesome. That was an awesome deal that you got off and left, and I'm glad that I'm assuming that's a good thing when you're saying in the review. In rose, I've never tried in rose. What are the main notes in? I mean, other than rose, what are the main notes? And is it discontinued or is it still available? Like to be honest, when I go to Frederick Mall stores, I'm a little like the stores that they have Frederick Mall. I'm a little intimidated because they have so many, and a lot of them are quite masculine. Like a large number of Frederick malls are quite masculine. At least that's what I think. Iris 39 is very, very nice too. Yes, Iris 39. I'd been looking for that for a while, and one day I was looking at fragrance like at the marketplace on Facebook, and I saw like somebody like not even 2 minutes from my house has Iris 39, and I go show up and I guess I didn't look at the pictures or whatever. And it's like, soon as I saw that filled in Moscow, I knew it was fake. So I just kind of like, but then I was able to find one, and that is discontinued, I think. Iris 39. Rose, geranium, patchouli, vetiver, and castoreum. How animalic is it? It's still available at Rose Tonnerre as Rose Tonnerre. Oh, okay. So it's a kind of like and is it reformulated? Do you know that? I've heard about Rose Tonnerre, and that one has a kind of a mixed reviews. Like some people love it, some people hate it. So I'm not sure. Unfortunately, it is discontinued. Yes. Iris 39 is gone, and that's a really nice iris, but it's not like a makeup powdery iris or anything like that. It's quite a unisex iris with more vegetal aspects of iris in it, but I do enjoy it when I'm in the mood for it, for sure. Um, but the ones that I really enjoy from Frederick Mall are, I love Heaven Can Wait. I know people are talking about Clove and like that's being dominant and this and that. I love Heaven Can Wait. And Lipstick Rose would be another one that I enjoy quite a bit. From Frederick Mall. Obviously, I have the Dries Van Noten from the discontinued collection, and I like that one as well. It's reformulated. They had to cut out some ingredients because of regulations. That's always the case, right? Um, but there are lots of them, like, I don't know, Orange Brigadier or like something like that. There's Uncut Gem. I have not tried. I was not impressed with any of the Moon Knight Promise Hope shit collection. Like, there was no shit. It's not my scent profile, to be honest. And I have a little of a, you know, okay, this sounds awful. And please, I'm not, like, I posted something in Discord. I don't know if you guys saw it this morning. I posted, uh, there's this kind of like I think it's an AI conference somewhere, Asia Pacific AI conference and whatnot. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like they had these robots, like dancing like Emirati, uh, like a like a dance of Emirate, United Arab Emirate, and I'm like, oh my god, just guys, you're just glazing to people who have money, and this is such a brother ooh and cringe move, um, to me, anyways. I have a little bit of I feel it's kind of yuck, to be honest. Like he's just like trying to appease people who have money, and I feel like now I may be totally wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like some of these fragrance lines that the rest of the line has nothing to do with the scent profile, and all of a sudden they put out a bunch of Oriental fragrances out, Middle Eastern fragrance out, just try to appease to people who have money. Like that's basically where the money in the world is. It's a little bit cringe and brother. So maybe that perception of that kind of keeps me. I mean, there's nothing wrong if like the house is just that is what they do. They put the ouds out. They put that's what they doing the Oriental for. That's what all they do. But imagine like tomorrow Chanel puts an oud fragrance out. I would be like, okay, you know what I mean? It's a little that. Okay, let me see what was happening here. I only like the night. Oh, okay. It's too much for me. Scent of today. I'm wearing a Splendiris from Dusita. It's a very nice fragrance, but it only lasts maybe 4 hours. It is very cowshed in the opening. Oh, okay. My favorite fragrance mala has to be the moon. Oh, really? Oh God, those scent profiles are too strong for me. And rose is not animalic until the later dry down, like 8 to 10 hours in. Whoa. Well, that would be a surprise, right? Like, just imagine someone that you met and they're like all polished and stuff, and then you go after spending the workday with them, you go to a bar and they lose it. You're like, what the fuck? Heaven Can Wait is so similar to Guerlain Louis. Really? You think so? Aye, aye. What am I getting in Heaven Can Wait that you guys don't get? Like, I don't. I feel like Louis is a little bit more of a kind of a dense and much more spicy and whatever. But Heaven Can Wait is like soft and fluffy on me. I don't know what's going on in here. I gotta try it side by side. Um. Hi, Dushan. How are you? Mitra looks like Ninochka Nikolaevna Romanova. Maybe. Or maybe I look like Jon Snow from uh, from Game of Thrones. If you add some snowflakes, I'd be like, winter's coming. It does seem driven by profiteering, yes, pandering to the Middle Eastern market. But if they make money from those to finance some of their lesser selling ones, yeah. But still, like, it's like I don't know. It's not quite the same. Like it's like whoring the brand a little bit to support the main idea, right? I mean, okay, if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. But brother, ooh, that's what I think. It is a little okay. The amount of glazing, and even if like I was trying to think, like if I was in that position, if I was from where this was from, right? Like if I was a Middle Eastern prince or like I won't be prince, but princess or like whatever, and I had a lot of money and whatnot, and I would see this clear glazing, would I even go for that brand? Most likely, the way I am, I would not. But maybe because if you're your upbringing has a lot into kind of the way that you think, right? I mean, maybe if you grew up in that environment, you appreciate and you love that brands are like bending over backwards for you to create something that you like, even though that's not going with at all with essence of what the brand is, right? I mean, I don't know. I like Heaven Can Wait. I think Pradeep is right. It smells like a nice hermescence. Yeah, it is a little. To be honest, Heaven Can Wait is. I don't know. Maybe just my skin doesn't project a lot of the notes that most people are getting. On me, it's a very soft and fluffy and irisy and musky a little bit. Like I don't know. You wouldn't, but I think they are quite successful. Like Porsche selling an SUV to the to be able to produce. Yeah, yeah, it is kind of like that's the downside with business, right? Sometimes with business, people like me won't ever be successful in business, because that is what you got to do. It is what you got to do. What else are you gonna do? Like if that is what everyone else is doing, and that's what the money is gonna make. But people like me who kind of a little bit more set on their ways, and my mom would often tell me, "You will never be a good politician." Yeah, I won't be, because I can't lie really between what you get. And probably with business strategy wise, I would not. I'd rather not be in there. You know what I mean? Hi Lilith, how are you? You bring Lilith is up early in the morning. What the fuck? You're bringing out the what? Omelette? What is that? Is that omelette? Uh, I don't know what that is. Uh, yeah, yeah. So it's kind of. I'm not blaming the businesses. That's keeping you in and float, and that's what it is. It's, as long as it's a legit business, right? It's not you're not doing illegal things, that's keeping you in float and your conscience is comfortable with that, then go ahead with it. But like I just feel like I have certain self-imposed standards that I wish I wish they were a little bit looser in that I couldn't go with that. You know what I mean? Oh, umlaut. I don't know what that is. The compliment to not be a good politician. Yeah, I know. And but it's in and part of it is that, sorry, I'm going a little bit on a rant, guys, but like part of it is in growing, like Iranians or Persians are generally not very blunt. Like just being blunt and saying things as they are is considered rude, actually, especially for a woman. And the whole like when you call someone, it's never like, hey, what's up? And they'll say, oh, okay. And then you start talking about what you want to really be talking about. It's always this like 10 minutes of bullshit before you get to the place. There's pleasantries, and you say, oh, please come to my house for dinner. It really, you don't mean that unless that you say 3 4 times. So if someone says okay in the first time, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like that's what it is. It's like direct talking is considered very rude. I don't know, for whatever reason, I was quite shy, so I would not talk, or when I talked it was very direct. And I don't like to go about and beat around the bush and things like that. And even with eye contact, my mom would be like, "Oh, cast your eyes. Like, are you just like staring at everyone?" I was like, "I'm not staring. I'm just looking at them in their eyes when I'm talking to them." So this always was a a clash point between me and my parents. And it's so that my dad would say when I was it's about 15 or 16, it's like, "You will never be happy in here." And I was like, oh, whatever. It is what it is. Even here, people find me quite blunt, but I feel like it's less mental gymnastics to try to figure out and read between the lines and what am I might be thinking. I'm just what I'm saying is what I'm saying and what I'm thinking. If um, if there's anything in between, and if you try to imagine what I'm thinking or I'm saying, then you quite are most likely are wrong. What am I saying here? Okay, let's fall back in here. I went on a yapper. Lol, I'm not just at work today. Oh, there you go, which is why I miss your morning streams. Ooh, thank you for being here, madame. I find, yeah, okay, maybe you have some German in you to blend that. I know, because my dad, now this is one thing about me, Offenlicht, I may have ended up in Germany because my dad was quite uh, set in to send me to Germany after high school. So, like, he really wanted to send me to Germany and most likely Munich. I have two uncles. I had two uncles. One of them passed away, and at the time I had two uncles there and family, right? Like, and then their kids and stuff. So it was in the plans, but things changed after I graduated from high school. I love Japan culture. Iranian culture sounds a bit like Japan. Yes, yes. I think it's a lot of like courtesy and whatever, but I think Japanese are still a little bit more. I don't know. My dad actually dealt with a lot of Japanese when back in the day because they went and visited. Like, my dad used to own factories and whatnot, and they went and visited Japan, and they bought a bunch of machines like CNC machines and stuff from Japan. And so the Japanese people would come to our house, and like in the business days or whatever, they would come, and we really enjoyed. Back in the day, not a lot of people from Japan were traveling to Iran and stuff like that. So we really enjoyed them, but they were quite, and we loved them as Iranians. Like, we adored Japan, people from Japan, because they were so polite. They were so polite, and for Iranians, it's very important when you take your shoes off and you get to someone's house, because you do not want walk on those carpets with your shoes. So we loved that Japanese people always did that. They were quite respectful and whatnot. We really, really loved that. But then when they would have a couple drinks or so, they would get rowdy, man. Like, it was interesting watching them let it loose. Um, People who are supposed to be leaders usually don't want the job. Yeah, they're not narcissistic enough. Yeah, I'm not absolutely agree with you, Lily. It's just that it is hard because people who would actually get things done, and it's not like I care. Like, there's one workplace, like, and like people tell me that you should take this role, you should take this role, you should take this role. Yes, I would take that role, but it's just to deal with day in day out. Just because how I operate is it's like way too much. Do I need that in my life? I don't know. Um, Same thing there. It is rude to stare, and people are very indirect. Yeah, I don't stare, but if I'm talking to someone, I'm going to look them in the eye. Like, I'm not going to look at the wall when I'm talking to someone. That is actually rude to me. When somebody's talking to me and they're looking at the wall behind me, or they're looking somewhere else, I would be like, hey, are you looking at me or what? Eyes. I don't know, Diego. Hi, that's great. You're enjoying it. Ooh, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Like the stream for her team. Yes, thank you. Please do like the stream if you have not yet. Oh, Lily went there. Lily went there, Pearly. What are you gonna do about it? Is it Pearly Broly? Hi. I'm sure I'm floral. I'm, I sure am floral notes. Next one is Udis Fahan. Oh, very nice. The narcissistic with a hyperbole. Yes. There are a few people who do answer the call correctly. Yeah, I mean, it's always the case, isn't it? It's always the person who's like diplomatic. He's always the person who's kind of the yes man. It's always the person who lasts the longest in a sewer, right? That gets to the top. Bringing out the friction. Yes, here. Guys, talking about fur. Because I worked in Nunavut for some time, and for those of you who don't know what Nunavut is the I think it is the northeast, the most north territory in Canada, and where there some of them are in Arctic Circle and stuff like that. So I worked there and worked with Inuit. Um, it is very disrespectful to call them Eskimos, by the way. Um, which I was surprised because I was looking at an address in Quebec City. I think it said the Eskimo Street, and I'm like, what? Anyways, Um, and they would, part of their things that they do is that they sell their handcraft to like people who come and visit, right? And they make these gloves out of wolf skin and gloves out of um, seal skin. God, I have never seen anything that protects your hand and keeps your hands so warm. Like I have worn them, and they're. It's interestingly enough, it would be like they're not very tight fitted to your skin. So like I always thought you have to like it's just good to be fit and tight fit and whatnot. They actually it's quite roomy in there. When you wear them and it's like -35, you go out, your hands are actually too warm, like sometimes sweaty, like inside those. It's amazing. Um, what's going on? Mitra, do you like the subtle ouds like ouds and yeah, I like subtle ouds. Like if there's no like huge animalic note in it, subtle ouds I have no problem with. Like those kind of things. Like the oud accords usually I don't have problem with. I mostly with the animalic barnyard ouds that I have problem with. I can't handle it. Oud one is not for me, but it's not bad for an oud for me. Why is it not for you? What do you? Oh, hi! Look at who's here. Wally's here, guys. Here's Wally. You asked where's Wally, and here's Wally. Hi. Outside and mood is dry on my skin. Oh, interesting. Inuit. Yes, Inuits. So there's a difference between Inuits and Aboriginals. Like so, Aboriginals, like a little bit in the southern regions, and they basically lived where we are, like in the land. But Inuits were more northern. um, and very interesting looking people because when you look at them the first time I went up north, um, they look a lot like people from Afghanistan and north of Afghanistan, and um, there's the more eastern side of Iran. It's called Khorasan or Mashhad, and people from there with a little bit of a like a almond eyes and whatnot. So it was the first time I was like, oh, what's going on in here? But apparently there's a connection, like a China connection with Inuits, and people came through some sort of passage or whatever. So it won't surprise me if there's some mix in the descendants. And the first time I went there, Lily, like they would come to the clinic, they wear this like a coat like this. So you see how this has like, this is giant in here, but they have this coat like this. Theirs is bigger, like it's huge, like this part inside of it that has a huge capacity. So they would come and then they're like, um, I was talking to a woman and then all of a sudden I see a little head popping popping up from the hood, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Is there a baby in there? And yeah, they put their babies in there. Women put their like babies in there, and then the way they take the babies out. First time I saw it, I almost had a heart attack. So like basically they bend over with this hood and they catch the baby, but like I wasn't sure what's gonna happen there. I almost had a heart attack when I saw that. Need those gloves. Yes, yes, yes. Seal skin. Don't tell Mitch. No, no, I won't tell Mitch. But those are like they eat the seal. Like it's not. So they get the seal. It's very interesting when you kind of watch them. Like even with the beluga whales, and not beluga. What is the other one? Yeah, right. It's beluga. So like the whole thing is butchered in like 3 seconds. Like is the whole community comes out. They butcher them. They're so like efficient in butchering things, and then here's up to go like in 5 seconds. Like it's up to go. It's very interesting, and they use all parts of the seal, including the fat and the blubber. Like you could eat the blubber, which I don't want to. They offered to me, but I didn't want to eat blubber. But it's a delicacy. My hands are freezing right now. Sees the hangout in the ice water. Yeah, makes sense. Yes, absolutely. Floral notes, it's grown on me so much. The salesperson was nice enough to give me 3 samples. Oh, awesome. I'm very nice, thank you. Good to hear. I'm going to beer house. Ooh, nice. Some perfumes. So cute. I want to be carried in a giant. I know, right? It's like the most cozy place. I have a picture of me actually with one of them. I'll send you. The kids are so cute, so cute. I want, and they use the seal blubber for fuel. Yeah, they do. And heat and fuel, and they have a community freezer. So a lot of like up north. So there's a difference. So they don't have any. So the Aboriginal people signed the treaty here, and they get uh, much more support from the government than Inuit people. They never signed the treaty. So they have these community freezers that they put when they go on a hunt, like the men of the community go on a hunt and catch few belugas. So they butcher them out and put it in freezer, and people take it. I assume there's someone who's distributing it, but people take it from the community freezer. So it's not like just one family and one person goes hunting and the whole queer beluga, the whole thing is theirs. It's just that there is, everyone in the community uses them. But then it's kind of like a disaster because like a jug of milk, like down here, if it's like $5, like a 4 liter jug of milk is $5. Up there it would be $18. It's absolutely ridiculous price. Um, Blubber is yeah, funny word. Yes, yes. It is interesting and all sort of you'd like walk down. I remember walking down the community, and the small community I was going to, it was like 400 people living in, and walked down the community, and I saw like I guess they had hunted a polar bear, and they had hung the whole skin to outside of like a house to dry, and what the fuck is that? It's something to like when you're out there. It's just something to experience, and like the whole absolute, like when you go like dog sledding in like you middle of the frozen ocean, and then you just like stop and it's just absolute silence, like it's just you and you and you, and it's just something to be an experience. Yes, jug of milk. Pricey, absolutely pricey. It's funny enough, guys, I don't remember them using anything scented or having any scent stuff. Like down here, I don't know if the indigenous people in US do any things like that, but here they do smudging and things like that with sage and all sort of other herbs, which has certain smell. But I don't know up there with the Inuits if they have any ceremonies like that. I can't remember. Anyways, we strayed really away from perfume talk. I don't know what I'm just random talking here. Oh, here, Eugene's favorite chemtrails here over us. We rolling melons now. It's Lily. She owns them. So, anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for listening to my rants. And hopefully you have a great day. And let me in the comment what you think of what we talked about. Go check the Allure Sensuelle and Allure Sensuelle Parfum video. Let me know what you think of it, and we shall see you sometime soon. Love you all. Bye bye.